जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जना बल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe. Jai Gauran Nitai, Gauran Nitai, Gauran Nitai, Jai Gauran Nitai. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Sada Shri Srimad Divine Grace Labai Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Sada Shri Srimad Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जाए, नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की जाए, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जाए, गंगा माँ यमुना माई की जाए, वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जाए, श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जाए, श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जाए, द मोस्ट मर्सिफुल लॉर्डशिप श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन जी की जाए, द मोस्ट मर्सिफुल लॉर्डशिप श्री श्री गौनिथाय की जाए, द मोस्ट मर्सिफुल लॉर्डशिप श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र महारानी की जाए, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाए, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जाए, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Somebody has to tell them not to make noise during the class time. They can quietly work. Can a representative devotee tell them? Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vancha Kalpatarobhyasya Kripa Sindubhaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langaite girim yat krupatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from, or we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, because we are celebrating Sri Krishna Janmashtami on Friday. So commemorating Janmashtami, I've been asked to speak on one Leela which Lord performed, that is Deliverance of Mutsukunda. So there was one great devotee called Mutsukunda. Some people say that, we have this Musi river. It is connected with Mutsukunda. So who is this Mutsukunda and what actually happened? So it is very beautifully described in the Krishna book. Krishna is Adbhuta Karmana. Adbhuta Karmana means he does many wonderful, splendorous activities. And by doing one act, he achieves many things. So, as you must have heard many times or read many times, that Krishna is also celebrated as Ranachor. Ranachor means one who ran away from the battlefield. Generally, if a Kshatriya runs away from the battlefield, he is considered most abominable. His actions are considered most abominable. But whenever Krishna does anything, it's always glorious. So Krishna, he ran away from the battlefield of which was an attack on Dwaraka by Jarasandha. So you all know that Jarasandha was a great demon. He had great enmity for Lord Krishna. 17 times Jarasandha attacked Dwaraka city. Each time Krishna would kill all the demons whom he came along with, but he would leave Jarasandha. Then Jarasandha would go back and collect all the other demonic persons again and come back to attack Krishna. And again Krishna would kill all the people except Jarasandha. So it's very interesting. If Krishna has killed all the demons, why did he leave Jarasandha? Because Krishna wanted Jarasandha to collect all the demons. Birds of the same feather flock together. So Jarasandha is the one who is a collecting point of all nonsense. Sometimes, in our temples also, all negativity will come to one devotee. This push business that goes on, isn't it? Means Prajalpa business goes on. There are some devotees who are the collecting point of this Prajalpa business. Some people don't like to speak Prajalpa with some devotees because they are very strict or grave or whatever. But there are some loose devotees, they go and speak. So all nonsense, unnecessary, useless information come there. Have you seen that? You must have seen that in any community that will happen actually. Which is a very wrong thing. It's not needed. That is not the proper thing to do. Especially in devotee community, no one should become a collective point of negative information. Everyone should bubble with positive information. So Jarasandha, he collected. This time he came along with one very great demon called Kalanemi. So this time, when he attacked with Kalanemi, Krishna, he killed some demons, but in between, what Krishna did, he ran away from the battlefield. So when Krishna ran away, this foolish Kalanemi, he chased Krishna. He was running very fast. His name is Kalanemi. It is said that he was even running with the pace of time. And it was as if he was about to reach Krishna, but he was not able to reach Krishna. When he ran faster, Krishna was a little more ahead. When he ran slower, Krishna was a little more ahead. So whatever he did, Krishna was a little more ahead. So that this man had a hope that he will be able to reach Krishna, but he couldn't catch Krishna. So Krishna ran and ran and ran. And finally, what happened? Krishna entered into a cave. Very dark cave he entered into. Krishna entered into cave, so Kalanemi also entered into the cave. And when he entered into the cave, he, by mistake, he trampled upon a man who was sleeping in the cave. And that man was Mutsukunda. So he was disturbed by this man. Jai Shri Shri Gaunithai ki, Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ji ki, Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharaj ki, Jai. So this man who was sleeping, he was disturbed by, dashing of this man, So he suddenly woke up. And when he woke up, his eyes were copper red. And some fire came from the eyes of this man who woke up. And he saw the person who disturbed him in the sleep, that is Kalanemi. And that fire has burned him into ashes there and then immediately. So, this demon was killed. Krishna didn't kill him, but he was killed. The demon was killed. So, Parikshit Maharaj asked Sukadeva Goswami, why did Krishna enter into that cave? He wanted to trick anybody. Why did he enter into the cave? Then Sukadeva Goswami replies. He says, Krishna entered into the cave because Krishna wanted to give benediction or give his mercy to this devotee called Mutsukunda. But Krishna is so expert that he wanted to give mercy to Mutsukunda, at the same time he wanted Kalanemi to be killed. So both acts were done simultaneously. So after this Kalanemi was killed, Mutsukunda woke up and then he looked around and he saw this beautiful effulgent form of four-handed form of Krishna. Krishna appeared in front of him with four hands. And there was a description of how his helmet was, how the whole bodily, limbs were shining. They were decorated with different ornaments. Vaijayanti Mala was there, Kaustuba jewel was there, a beautiful helmet was there. All these things were there. And then he never saw such a beautiful form in his life. He saw beautiful people before, but he never saw something like this. Because he saw Indra, he saw Kartikeya, he saw all the great demigods of the universe he saw, but he never saw somebody like this. So, actually Sukadeva Goswami explains, before he saw Lord Vishnu, he explains the history of Mutsukunda. He says that Mutsukunda was born in the family of Ikshvaku. You know Ikshvaku family? Who was born in Ikshvaku family? Lord Ramachandra was born in Ikshvaku family. So Mutsukunda was also born in the Ikshvaku family. And Ikshvaku family is a very, very celebrated family. Even the demigods would take help of Mutsukunda because Mutsukunda was such a powerful king. So there was always a disturbance in this universe. The demons and devotees or demons and demigods would always, fight. Demons would always disturb the, demigods. So demigods need help. So demigods sought help of Mutsukunda. So Mutsukunda fought along with the demigods and the demons were defeated. But the point is that when you go to demigod planet and fight along with demigods, you spend many, many thousands of years because the time scale in the demigod planets is different from the time scale in this earthly planet. So as he fought with demigods, fought along with demigods with demons, demons were finished. And the representative or the commander-in-chief of the demigods, Kartikeya, came and thanked Mutsukunda. My dear sir, you're very powerful and because of your help, we could defeat the demons. Now, whatever it is you want, please ask a benediction from us that we will be able to give you the benediction. Of course, Kartikeya said, I am not Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu that I can give you benediction of liberation. But any other benediction if you want, we can give you. Please tell us what benediction we can give you. Then Mutsukunda told, sir, I've been very tired. All my bodily limbs are fully tired for many years of, fighting. I really want to peacefully sleep. Please give me a benediction and give me a place where I can peacefully sleep, where no one disturbs me. Please give me a place. So then Kartikeya said, Kartikeya actually glorified Mutsukunda. Mutsukunda, what can I say? You had done such sacrifice. You left your family members, wife, children, other, friends and relatives and, other kinsmen. All of them you left and you came to us and you fought. Now you cannot even go back. Even if you go back also, the generations have passed already. Because all of them dead. Your wife, your children, your kinsmen, everyone is dead now. So where will you go? you will be a foreigner even if you go there. Go to your own, country. Nobody will recognize you. So, you have done such a great sacrifice. We are very indebted to you for the sacrifice that you have done. And then he speaks about time. Kartikeya speaks about time. How time and tide waits for none, they say. Just because our man has gone to the demigods to fight, so we will wait till he comes. No, time will not let others stay. Time will take his own course. So everybody has to go. Then he speaks about the philosophy of time, Kartikeya to Mutsukunda. It's a very beautiful description. Actually, all of us should study this, the influence of time. How much we get puffed up by, our achievements. But time comes and then finally smashes all our so-called arrogance. Every man, no matter whether he's a small man or a big man, everybody has to be tamed by time. The influence of time is so powerful, and that time is representative of Krishna. So all of that, all your opulence, everything was gone. So, and after saying that, he said, very well, you go to a certain mountain, a cave in a mountain, and then you please take rest there, and then, rejuvenate your body. So Mutsukunda went, and he slept. And after sleeping for some time, as we know, Kalanemi came and disturbed him, and then he burnt Kalanemi. And now he saw this beautiful personality of Godhead Krishna, whom he did not know who he was. So he asked, my dear sir, I have never seen such a beautiful personality like you. Are you a representative of any special planet? He asked. And Srila Prabhupada writes very beautifully. The modern scientists, they think that there is no head of any planet. But every planet has a head. Indraloka is headed by Indra. Bhumi Loka is headed by Bhumi Devi. Like that, every planet is headed by one head. Like Vivaswan is the head of Sun planet. Like that, every planet, there is a king, there is a predominating deity. So, he is asking, for which planet are you predominating deity? I do not know. And then he said, what is your name, sir? Who are your parents? What activities do you do? What is your family tradition? Can you please describe me? He asked these questions to whom? Whom did he ask these questions to? Krishna. Prabhupada says, before asking these questions, he introduced himself to him. First of all, he said, sir, my name is Mutsukunda. I am born in the dynasty of Ikshvaku kings. And you see the speech, if you want to know an intelligent man or a foolish man, by speech you will know who is an intelligent man, who is a foolish man. And if you observe carefully the speech of Mutsukunda, you understand that he is a very intelligent man. How? Mutsukunda said, he claimed himself, sir, I am born in the family of Ikshvakus, but I am not as great as them. My forefathers are very great, but I am not as great as them. I am a very mundane man. This is what I am. And I do not know why you appeared in front of me. So he gave a brief introduction of himself, and then he asked Krishna's introduction. Who are you? What is your name? What are your activities? What is your family tradition? And what activities do you do? Then Krishna answered, my name is Vasudeva. I am born in the family of Yadus. My father is Vasudeva. That is why my name is called Vasudeva. I have come here because you were my devotee in your previous life, and because you wanted my association and benediction from me, so I have appeared in front of you to give you that benediction. That is why I appeared in front of you. You are very dear devotee of mine. That's why I came here. And then he replied, what activities do you do? He asked. So he said, I kill demons and protect devotees. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya chaduskritam, dharma samsthapanardhaya, sambhavami yugege. What Krishna told Arjuna, same thing he told Mutsukunda. This is what my duty is. And he told about his family tradition. I'm born in the Yadu dynasty, my father is so and so, like that. And my name is Vasudeva. And why did I come here? I came here to give you benediction. So now you may ask any benediction you want, my dear Mutsukunda. So then Mutsukunda speaks such beautiful words to Krishna. Such beautiful words. As I said, if you want to know who is an intelligent man, carefully hear the speech of that person. Then you will know that this person is actually realized an intelligent man. So Mutsukunda started speaking. My dear Krishna, Vasudeva, I am very, very fortunate to have your darshan. Even great sages may not have your darshan, but out of your great mercy upon me, you have appeared in front of me. Nobody knows your greatness. Although human form of life is very, very rare, human beings not knowing the greatness of you, my dear Lord, they are always attracted to flimsy things of this material world. They don't know that even after achieving all these so-called things, all of them will be wiped out by time. So this is the state of affairs of ordinary human beings. And then Mutsukunda said, I am also one such like that. In fact, I am much more fallen than any ordinary human being, because an ordinary human being is only worried about his family, his children, etc. But I, as a king, tend to think that I am the master of all that I survey. I have a much more arrogance to think that, everything, I am the head of everything. I am much more fallen, my dear Lord. But what is the royalty? Royalty is only in appearance only. He describes about royalty, in fact. He says, a king may decorate his body with different ornaments and then silken garments, and there are many attendants to the king. But what is a king? Even sometimes the king is praised by, emperor is praised by different other subordinate kings. But when king enters into the Antapura, he becomes a puppet in the hands of queens, begs for sense gratification. That is the fate of a king, my dear Lord. I am one such king. And not knowing all the importance of human form of life, I've uselessly spent my time. I've always been immersed in passion and ignorance, my dear Lord. And he said, to remove this passion and ignorance, generally kings leave their kingdom towards the end of their life, go to the forest and go through severe austerities and penances to please you, my dear Lord. I did not go through such austerities and penances. Yet, I see you in front of me. What a great benediction that you have given me, my dear Lord. In fact, without any austerity and penance, I simply slept, that's all. And you appeared in front of me. Now that I don't have any attraction for all the material activities, because now I understood it is futile. To achieve something in this world is a futile attempt. To become someone in this world is a futile attempt. To become someone important and great and prestigious in this world is a futile attempt. I understood this. I am fully realized of this fact. Yes. What is there to achieve in this world? Each one of us are thinking, I'll become whatever I wanted to become. Somebody who wants to become a big, influential person. Somebody wants to become a rich man. Somebody wants to become a so-called great preacher. All these things are flimsy things. Time will come and tame all of us. So there is no need to become somebody by our own desire. Rather, it is better to become a servant and devotee of the Lord as per the guidance of a spiritual master. You do this service, do that service as a menial servant. Don't have these aspirations of trying to become big and be worshipped by others. This is a very dangerous aspiration which causes repeated birth and death in this world. So Mutsukunda said, I don't have such aspirations, my dear Lord. I have understood. I have enjoyed the kingly life. I have seen everything. I have seen the opulence. I have seen everything. Now I don't have any attraction for that, my dear Lord. And that's why now I beg you. And one more important thing he said to Lord Krishna. My dear Lord, you are unknown to anyone who has not been touched by a pure devotee. You are only understandable through the medium of pure devotee. How is that you appeared? I am not associated with any pure devotees. It's very interesting that yes, he did not spend time with any pure devotee. There was no such history that Mutsukunda had spent time with pure devotees. But then how Krishna appeared in front of him? Then Mutsukunda says, I had a very brief association with Gargamuni, one of your pure devotees, who predicted that the Supreme Personality of Godhead will appear in Yadu dynasty with such features, and I believed that, I trusted that. And that brief association of Gargamuni is what made me to see you. So never think that this principle will go wrong, by the way. Oh, Mutsukunda had sought darshan of the Lord without pure devotee association. I will also sneak in like this. No, sorry. Mutsukunda himself said, because he had great faith in Gargamuni, because of which Krishna appeared in front of him. So he has established that principle, that without the association of pure devotees, you can never get Krishna. You can never have darshan of Krishna, you can never know Krishna. So he said that because of Gargamuni, because of having a little brief association with Gargamuni, I have believed in Gargamuni's words, his prediction, and then here you are. So my dear Lord, please bless me that I don't have any material desires anymore. I simply want to serve you. As a devotee, I simply want to serve you, my dear Lord. Please grant me this benediction. He begged like this to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna was so pleased with these words of Mutsukunda. He said, your words indicate that you have no trace of material desire, my dear Mutsukunda. I have asked you that you can ask any desire you want, but you are a very intelligent man. You have not chosen any material desire. You simply wanted to worship me and always be in the association of devotees. I am very pleased with your attitude. And then he says, I am skipping many details. The conversation is filled with such beautiful details. Because every word that Krishna spoke, every word that Mutsukunda spoke has such great depth of realization. But because Kali Yuga memories, we don't remember. In a conversation, only prominent things is what you remember. What is prominent is what you remember is prominent. Although everything is prominent. For you, what is prominent is what you remember. So I feel that every word of it is actually prominent. And then there is more treasury. If you go back and then read it, more treasury is there, more treasure is there. Because every word is so wonderful. So he said, you see, Mutsukunda, you will be born as a pure Vaishnava in next life. In the family of Brahmanas, you will be born and you will be a first class Vaishnava. And then you will be liberated. He didn't say you will be liberated in this life. And Krishna gave him the reasons why he could not be liberated. He said, as a king, you killed many animals. How a king will kill many animals? When king goes for hunting, he kills many animals. Although it is not wrong to go to forest and hunt animals, because a king is supposed to be trained to show his chivalrous spirit and test whether he is chivalrous enough in a battlefield. So that is why he is trained by his forefathers or trainers to enter into forest and fight with animals, ferocious animals, and then kill the animals. And it is also said that animal is given a royal treatment, cremation. Royal cremation is given to the animal. So animal is liberated from that body and gets human body, but king gets punished for it. So as a Kshatriya, you have killed many animals, and because of which you have to take birth again. So in this way, Krishna told him that now you will be born in the pure Brahmana family, and you will become a very wonderful Vaishnava, and then you will go back to Godhead. So please go and meditate upon me. So then Mutsukunda paid obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, came out of the cave and went towards the Himalaya mountains, found one very beautiful mountain called Gandhamadana mountain, and there on top of that mountain he spent the rest of his life meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, left his body there. So in this way, such beautiful conversation that happened between Krishna and Mutsukunda. One of the point which I forgot in the flow, that Mutsukunda says very nicely, he says, my dear Lord, I am a king, but after I die, there is no difference between a beggar and king. Because the body of the beggar or the body of the king is same. What is the destination of the body of a beggar or a king? Either it becomes ash when it is burnt. In some traditions, the body is thrown on a mountain top for many vultures and other birds to come and eat. So they eat, and when you eat, it finally transforms into stool. So what is the destination of such a body which is adored and worshipped and glorified? What is the destination of it? Either it becomes ashes, or it becomes the stool of a bird, or it is decomposed. When it is buried in the ground, it is decomposed, and then different small insects will actually bite this body, and then finally it is transformed into earth. This is the destination of anybody, no matter whether he is a very pauper or whether he is a great personality. What an amazing realization that this man has. We decorate our body so much. Body is everything for us. And sometimes, we justify also Krishna conscious philosophy with bodily consciousness. Prabhu, body is temple, Prabhu, so we should keep it nicely. Acha? As if you are running the body like a temple only all the time. Huh? You give justified arguments. Just to pamper our body, we say so many things. Although we don't use this like a temple, but still we give arguments. Body is like a temple. Prabhupada always said that, a realized devotee will always look for self-preservation not sense gratification. Self-preservation means you accept those things which will enable your body to run so that you can render devotional service. Sense gratification means you accumulate so many things, which are whether they are necessary, unnecessary, it doesn't matter. As things come, you accumulate, eat, sleep, drink, marry, next day do the same thing. Every day, same business. So this king's realization is that, even though I'm a great king, he's actually, almost he's the king of the whole earth planet. And he said that even if I die, same thing. My body will be in the form of either stool or ashes or, it's going to be worms. So I understood now the futility of this material life, my dear Lord. Navayacha rajyam nacha sukha manikyam na kanakam. This Shankaracharya writes this song in glorification of Jagannath Swami. Navayacha rajyam nacha kanaka manikyam vibhavam. I don't want rajyam. Kanaka manikyam I don't want. Similarly, ramyam. Ramyam means very beautiful. I don't want even beautiful association of women. But what do you want, sir? Sadakale kale. Life after life, I simply want to be your devotee. I want your service, my dear Lord. This is what is the prayer of a realized soul. When Krishna appears in front of us, Krishna will be very disappointed if we ask material benefits, because they are simply asking for more burden. You know the story of that lady, that old lady? There was an old lady who was selling sticks and making her livelihood. One time to her village, one sadhu came, and this old lady went and met the sadhu. My dear sir, I'm an old lady, my body is emaciated, I'm simply selling the sticks in the forest, collect the sticks and sell the sticks and then get my maintenance. What is that I should do? Then that man said, my dear mother, whenever you have any difficulty, simply call Govinda and Govinda will come to your rescue. So this lady, one day, after collecting and putting all the sticks on a basket, she put the basket on her head and she was walking, and something happened, some obstacle came on the way and she fell down. When she fell down, all the sticks from the basket got scattered everywhere. And then she remembered the words of this sadhu and said, Govinda, 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 please save me, Govinda. So actually Krishna came and Krishna said, my dear mother, what can I do for you? And then she asked, can you collect all the sticks which are scattered, put all the sticks back in the basket and put my basket in my head? This is what she said. Govinda was very disappointed. What can he do? So he collected all the sticks, put it in the basket, and then put the whole basket on her head. Because this lady was so narrow-minded, she thought that her maintenance is only dependent on collecting sticks, putting in the basket, selling in the market. Beyond that, she could not think that Govinda can give anything. If she asks Govinda liberation, Govinda is ready to give liberation. But her intelligence is so narrowed. Similarly, all of us are so much narrow-minded. If Krishna right now comes in front of us and asks us, what benediction you want? मेरा बेटी को शादी नहीं हुआ, थोड़ा एक अच्छा दुल्हन, एक अच्छा हस्बैंड को दिखाओ. My house is not fully constructed, finished. Can you give me funds? There's a new car that has come in the market. Can you please give me? Isn't it? Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare, Bhakta Janon ki sankat kshan mein dur kare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare. What is your sankat, Baba? What is your sankat? You don't know your sankat, real sankat. You are thinking your sankat is that, your health problem, or you have this problem, you have that problem. The real sankat is that you don't know what is the real sankat. The real sankat is that I am stuck in this material world and I think I can achieve something in this material world. This world is worthy of, living. That is the actual sankat. I have so much aspiration to be an achiever in this world. That is the real sankat. Krishna, give me that realization by which I understand this world is actually a toilet which is fit to be abandoned. That is the realization we need. And that realization Krishna will not give. Who will give? A pure devotee will give that realization because he has already realized that. So in this way, Lord Krishna praised Mutsukunda that you are a very intelligent man. You have not asked any material benediction. I am very pleased. So, for whatever brief association that we have with Prabhupada and Prabhupada's followers, Krishna may appear in front of us also. Just like Krishna appeared in front of Mutsukunda. Don't underestimate Krishna. Don't underestimate Krishna. You may think that, I'm such a bad man and I have never practiced devotional service properly. Don't worry. Krishna is very large-hearted. Krishna is very large-hearted. He may come in front of you. But the problem is that we are not ready for the realization like that of Mutsukunda. We may ask some material benediction, then again we'll fall back to this material world. So that is why it is very important to have this realization that anadhanam, najanam, nasundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani janmaneshware, bhavatat bhaktir ahaitukitvayi. Repeating this is easy. Realizing this it requires great, guts to realize this. One has to be brave enough. I really don't want these things. I only want Krishna. To choose Krishna every time is not an ordinary thing. Every step to choose Krishna is not an ordinary thing. Only a sincere person will choose Krishna every other moment. What is the difference between an ordinary devotee and sincere devotee? Ordinary devotee sometimes may choose Krishna. Ordinary devotee every time chooses Krishna. Sincere devotee every time chooses Krishna. That's the difference. So in fact, Krishna told Mutsukunda, I tested you by asking you whatever you want, I am ready to give. And you passed in the test. You are not ready to ask anything material. So you actually passed in the test, my dear Mutsukunda. You are now fit for devotional service. Devotional service is not something very cheap which can be granted to anyone. Krishna reserves the devotional service only to those who are fully done with this material world. And that is when actually he gave devotional service to this man. It's not only true with Mutsukunda, it's true for all of us. Repeatedly we must prove to Krishna that we are not interested in material desires. Then only Krishna will give devotional service. Don't think that right now whatever we are doing is devotional service. It is not pure devotional service. It is mixed devotional service. Because the lot of abhilashas are there. It is not anyabhilashita sunyam. In fact, it is anyabhilashita purnam. What is our definition of devotional service? Anyabhilashita purnam, jnana karmadi avrutam, pratikulena krishnanu. Not anukulena krishna, pratikulena krishnanu. Silanam bhaktir adhamam. This is the new definition we have found in our devotional service. But actual definition given by pure devotional service given by Rupa Goswami is anyabhilashita sunyam jnana karmadi anavrutam anukulyena krishna anusilanam bhaktir uttamam. So, it will not be so easily avoided. You have to prove to Krishna that, I am not interested in material world, my dear Krishna. Then Krishna will give pure devotional service. So, it's a choice All of us have the choice. When you want to prove to Krishna that you're really fed up with this material world, then Krishna is ready to give pure devotional service. Here are some points. Any questions? Anybody has any comments, questions? Can you please wait for the mic? Is there a mic?
Hare Krishna. Yes, you mentioned like why Mutsukunda didn't get liberated because why Mutsukunda didn't get liberated in this lifetime because he was killing animals like that. So like if we compare with Dhruv Maharaj, like Dhruv Maharaj also got darshan of Lord. He also got, and Dhruv Maharaj also, I mean, he killed many yakshas also like that. But still Dhruv Maharaj, I mean, was liberated maybe after that lifetime. Right?
So what do we understand from that? Finally, Krishna is the judge. We also hear that, this Ajamila has done so many papas. But by utterance of one Narayana mantra, all his sinful reactions were wiped. Karmani nirdahati kintuja bhakti bhajam. Dahati means burn to ashes. Nirdahati means to nil. Nirdahati. This ashes also will not be visible. Sometimes the Acharya give an explanation. You see a paper. When you burn the paper will be still in the shape of a paper only. Yes? Have you seen that? Still in the shape of a paper. But all its patutva is gone. You just tap on that, it will crumble immediately. So similarly, although sometimes it appears that for a devotee, still he has to go through one lifetime or two lifetimes, but by the mercy of Krishna, he is already liberated. In fact, who will be able to have darshan of the Lord unless one is a pure devotee? Krishna said that for all of us. Don't think that, it's your royal right to kill animals and tend to think that, I am fine. I have after all killed the animals for, my training. You still have to be, suffering the reactions for whatever that, training that you have gone through. So to let us know, ordinary people like us, that Krishna said that. For that he used Mutsukunda for one more birth. If he did not have love for Mutsukunda, he would not have come in the first place into the cave. He came for Mutsukunda. So Mutsukunda is already a pure devotee. But pure devotees are used as instruments to teach us some important principles of religion. Just like it is said that Krishna used Bhishmacharya as an instrument to make everybody understand, no matter how powerful and virtuous you are, if you are on the wrong side, you will be slayed. So similarly, Krishna knows the full picture of everyone. That is why none of us can judge anybody here. Because none of us know the full picture of that person. What are his past lives? What all that person went through? None of us know. We only see that particular aspect, what we remember, and judge the person. This is a good man, this is a bad man, or whatever it is. But finally, who judge? Krishna is the actually best judge. So for Dhruva Maharaj, Krishna gave liberation immediately, or for Mutsukunda, he gave him after one life. What difference does it matter, actually speaking? Or for someone he has gave after 10 births, what difference does it matter? The moment it is said, when the Lord's glance fell upon Mutsukunda, he is already liberated. Because you can't actually, the whole purpose of devotional service is not see the Lord. Act in such a way that Lord comes and sees you. That is what Bhaktisiddhanta said. Don't try to see God. What can you see God? But act in such a way God comes and sees you. So Mutsukunda was so selfless in offering his help to demigods that Krishna came to see him, to deliver him. So he is a very glorious personality, Mutsukunda. So we may have our short logic according to our scripture, that to limited understanding of our scripture, we may say this and that. But finally, Krishna is the best judge. And Krishna knows everything. And no one can argue with Krishna. Krishna, I did so much of devotion service. You are saying, you are not taking me, but this fellow is a rascal. He did so many nonsense things, but you are still taking him before me. It's not as per Shastra. If you say Krishna will laugh at you, what Shastra you know, my dear boy? Dharmastu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Whatever I do is Shastra. Whatever I say is Shastra. There was a funny cartoon which I saw. Somebody, our devotees also they're also very, creative in sending these cartoons. One devotee, he went to Vaikuntha. And it's a beautiful atmosphere. And then there he saw Krishna. But while seeing Krishna, he also found some people whom he thought that they will never reach Vaikuntha. You know who are they? His temple commander, who has harassed him, temple president, Sankirtan leader. All these people also are there. So, he was looking in great astonishment at them. How these people have come? They have harassed devotees, how they could come? But to his astonishment, they are also looking at him in a very, very surprising, astonishing way. So, he could not understand what is going on. Then he went to Vaikunthanada, Krishna, and asked Krishna, my dear Krishna, you are Paramatma, you are there in everybody's heart. You know what all these people have harassed. They have driven us, even though we were sick, still we have been asked to go and distribute books and did so many things. Still you take them to Vaikuntha. What is this, Krishna? In my opinion, they are not supposed to go to Vaikuntha. But Krishna, I didn't understand why they are giving such an awkward look at me. Then Krishna told, they are also thinking the way you are thinking about you. This fellow is such a lazy fellow, bum he is, every time he eats and sleeps. How this fellow also came to Vaikuntha? Is that they are thinking. Just the way you are thinking about them, they are thinking about you. Ultimately, Krishna will surprise every one of us. We will be pleasantly or unpleasantly surprised to see each other in Vaikuntha. Mostly unpleasantly. Although it is supposed to be a pleasant surprise. But if you have some kind of, some feeling, you will be unpleasantly surprised to see your fellow members in Vaikuntha. Because Krishna is supremely magnanimous. Krishna. The most unlikely person you think will go to Vaikuntha, he will go to Vaikuntha. The most likely person you think will go to Vaikuntha, he may not go to Vaikuntha. Why? Because you don't know what is the background of that person. Only Krishna knows. So stop judging others. Stop judging others. This person is this person is that. Although for the sake of, living, we should generally avoid bad association and be in good association. But stop judging and saying that this person is useless. If you say this person is useless, you are useless. That's all. It's a thumb rule. It's Krishna who knows everything. I think I over-answered your question. Yes, Prabhu. Our Sanatan Prabhu has a question.
दो क्वेश्चन है मेरा.
ठीक है.
पहला क्वेश्चन है, जब वैकुंठ जाएंगे आपको और ये सबको मैं कैसे पहचानूंगा? जब हम लोग वैकुंठ जाएंगे आपको कौन सा रूप में पहचानूं, कैसे पहचानूंगा कि आप यहाँ से आए हैं, उधर से आए हैं, डिवोटी आए हैं?
प्रभु जी हमारे ऊपर बहुत मैग्नानिमिटी है। मैं आपको कैसे पहचानू बोल रहा, आप पहचान नहीं सकते, क्यों? मैं आ ही नहीं सकता हूं मैं। आप कैसे पहचानेंगे? You have to make a petition. You will definitely go back to Vaikuntha, and then, we used to have one president who's a terror personified, tiger terror personified. He used to harass people. But my dear Krishna, if you so desire, give him also liberation. आप एक petition दाखिल करेंगे, तब Krishna may consider me. In fact, I am very sure I will never go back to Vaikuntha. If at all I go back to Vaikuntha, only by the request of sincere devotees. Not sincere devotees, devotees who love me. If they make a petition, definitely there is a possibility. Otherwise, there is no possibility. I have offended so many devotees by my speech. So many innumerable devotees whom I don't even know that I have offended. What can I do?
आपकी छोड़ दिया, लेकिन और दूसरा डिवोटी को कैसे पहचानूंगा? आप तो नहीं जाएंगे।
हाँ?
आप तो नहीं जाएंगे बोल रहा है, आज सब डिवोटी तो जाएगा, इन लोग को कैसे पहचानूं?
भगवान तो है उधर, बोलेंगे। जैसे चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने बोले थे ना, वो जब महाप्रकाश लीला में जो बैठे थे, तब सब लोग उसके सामने, तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु बोल रहे थे, यू आर द बोटमैन, you are doing this and you are doing this. Like that, he gave identity of all the associates to everyone when he was in Mahaprakash Leela. So same way, when we go back to Vaikuntha, Krishna may tell us, but which life he will tell us? We had hundreds of lives. तुम उस दिन पुजारी थे, उस लाइफ में, फिर तुम भ्रष्ट हो गए, फिर मैं तुमको एक दूसरा स्थान देना पड़ा, फिर भ्रष्ट हो गए, तुम ये स्थान देना पड़ा। कितना लाइफ को हम बोल सकते हैं? तो इसीलिए forget about all that. Now you came here, be happy. How many lifetimes Krishna can say? Isn't it? But if you have done some special service noteworthy by Krishna, Krishna may say, you have done this, I'm pleased with your service. आपको तो जरूर भगवान याद रखेंगे। ये आदमी 35-40 ईयर्स से भगवान राधा मदन मोहन का पुजारी सेवा कर रहा है, कौन कर सकता है? To do pujari service for one day is so very difficult. You ask any other young pujari, they will tell you. You have to be so much controlled in your senses. Everything has to be in time. And it's not the 10 pujaris are here. Only this man is from the beginning, from very 1 or 2 assistants, that's all. But for every day doing puja to Krishna, Krishna will definitely remember him. Definitely remember you, Prabhu. थोड़ा petition हमारे लिए, थोड़ा दस्तखत।
आप जो कहा है, मुझे तो फीलिंग नहीं हो रहा है।
वही है ना, जो वैकुंठ जाता है उसको वो सोचता है कि मैं वैकुंठ नहीं जाऊंगा। जो बोस्ट करता है मैं वैकुंठ जाऊंगा, वो तो इधर ही रहेगा। So it is good that you don't have such a feeling.
प्रभु, मुचुकुंद की ऐसा कौन सा सौभाग्य है जिसके लिए भगवान स्वयं उनके सामने आविर्भूत हो गए?
हाँ, किसका?
मुचुकुंद इतना सौभाग्य कहाँ से आया? कैसा है उनका ये सौभाग्य, कैसे प्राप्त हुआ कि भगवान स्वयं उनके सामने आए हैं?
Very good question. Why did Krishna became happy with Mutsukunda? Krishna was so happy with Mutsukunda because Mutsukunda helped his devotees. आजकल फैमिली को छोड़ के कौन किसी को हेल्प करता है? बोलिए। Mutsukunda left his wife, children, family members, everyone went to the heavenly planets, fought for many years. And then down here, generations have been passed. And they are not even pure devotees like that. They are Sakama Bhaktas. But because it is part of Krishna's administration, he helped them, he cooperated with them. So you can actually derive a very important principle that you cooperate with devotees who are participating in the mission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you will be heavily awarded. You may not think that this devotee is not such a nice devotee. It's okay. Just like, demigods are not pure devotees, but it's okay because you're pushing the mission of the administration of the universal affairs. Similarly, anyone who participates in the Sankirtan movement, whether you are associate devotee, is a pure devotee, great devotee, don't worry about it. You simply serve that devotee, whoever has been assigned to you. Just the way Mutsukunda helped the demigods and he got the benediction, you'll also get the same benediction. So उसका शोभा ये है कि वो अपना भक्तों का सेवा किया था. सिमिलरली जो भक्तों का सेवा करता है वो भक्त शुद्ध भक्त हो, सकाम भक्त हो, जो भी हो, लेकिन भगवान का अटेंशन अट्रैक्ट करेगा जो कोऑपरेट करता है. So that is why Prabhupada, when he left, before leaving, he said, your love for me is shown by how you cooperate with each other. It's not an easy thing to cooperate, Prabhu. You try cooperating, you will know the intensity of pain. You try cooperating. All right. Many questions are springing up. Yes, give it back once.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. It was really an enlivening lecture. So the time factor about what you mentioned, it was making more sense for me. So my question is, Prabhuji, like in between you were mentioning that we have to go from being an ordinary devotee to a sincere devotee.
Huh?
Being an ordinary devotee
To sincere devotee, yes.
So like how can we implement it in our daily life, Prabhuji? Like the choices we choose that will lead us in the path of being a sincere devotee.
I would say don't take independent decisions. Subject your decisions to scrutiny of another Vaishnava. This is a easy way by which we make wrong choices. We avoid to make wrong choices. You understand that I have very limitation. My senses are very limited. What will I understand? So I want to know Krishna's will. And how do I know what is Krishna's will? I will beg another devotee whom you have some respect and faith. Prabhu, what do you think I should do in this situation? Please help me. And you leave it to him. Don't try to explain to him till the time he gives a favorable decision to you. You know, this dirty disease every one of us have. You go on explaining till you get a answer which you want. Prabhu, you don't understand, Prabhu, you didn't understand the full picture. Let me explain. How many years you will explain? You explain what you want to explain, leave it to him. Whatever decision comes, you understand it is Krishna's decision. So, for that time, it may be good or bad in your opinion, don't worry about it. It will always be good because your attitude is good. So this is how we can avoid bad decisions. Take help of devotees. That making sense?
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, in beginning of the lecture, you told that Musi river also related to Mutsukunda. Musi river is also related to Mutsukunda pastime.
Musi river.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Can I know?
Yes. I'm not an encyclopedia. Somebody else may be knowing about it. I don't know, but some people know about the connection between Musi and Mutsukunda. Anyone knows here? Anantagiri. That's what. Give him, no? Give him the mic.
There is a place in Anantagiri.
I heard there is a place called Anantagiri. That is a place where
Mutsukunda slept. Mutsukunda slept there. They say.
Mutsukunda stayed there.
Stayed there.
And this Musi river actually starts from there.
From
no?
there. Yes.
Finally, Musi river has become the toilet of Hyderabad, right? But it was a great river. Once upon a time, it was a great river. It was a very clean river.
Thank you.
Yes. Last question, and extended class today.
Hare Krishna. You mentioned the aspect of time.
Aspect of time, yes.
So Srila Rupa Goswami says that a devotee does not waste even a moment. So he thinks, am I wasting any time other than serving Krishna? So how can we avoid wasting of time in our daily life other than serving?
How
Krishna?
can we
Some
avoid
useful
wasting of
activity.
time?
Sometimes time goes just like that without any activity.
I'll tell you, one of the most prominent ways that we waste time is by speculation. Karna, nahi karna. Karna, nahi karna. Huh? Most of our brahmachari रहना नहीं रहना, रहना नहीं रहना. जब वो सोच आए तो better नहीं रहना. Brahmachari, don't get offended now. Brahmachari does not get any thought that he should marry. Then he is a brahmachari. But if he is getting the thought, should I marry or not marry? Should I marry or not marry? He should get married. Thought only should not come. Similarly, for many of our decisions, what we do, we speculate so much. We search in Google all the possible options and analyze them, go to different experts. The time that you spend for the solution is so much that, it's better to tolerate that pain. Sometimes some of the problems are painful, but the time to tolerate the pain is less than to find the solution for the problem. So, lot of time, again, I'm saying, please remember this. Lot of time goes in speculation, finding the solution for a material problem instead of tolerating it. This is how most of the time goes. You simply tolerate it. Okay, whatever happened, happened, Baba, it's all right. Let me chant Hare Krishna. Let me hear Bhagavatam. Let me not try too much to, get over that. So that is how we can save time. But we are all, we are all very powerful people, na? We want to show our power. How much expert and intelligent I am to cross this problem. I will show to the world that I am such an expert man that how I skillfully avoided the problem or surmounted the problem. Lifetime gaya. This is how we waste time, actually. Thank you. 9:30 is quite a time. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Samveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.